Back in April, Governor Tom Corbett signed House Bill 169, a bill to help various charity organizations raise money for charitable causes by increasing the price limits of small games of chance. It had been something that a lot of groups had been urging. Some of them have been affected by the casinos, and so they were hoping to try and be able to give away more money so they could raise more money. And everybody was in favor of this. It passed through the House and the State Senate without any problem. Governor Corbett signed it. Everybody seemed to be very happy. However, once everybody started reading the fine print of the bill, there was a lot of problems, and there have been a lot of hue and outcry from these various folks, like the people who run volunteer fire departments, American Legion, different groups like that. Part of the problem was that because you did have more money involved now, there was more reporting requirements, and a lot of these groups said they were claiming that they don't have the personnel to anybody to keep the record books. Also, they were claiming that a number of these restrictions are too restrictive and really going to hurt them and possibly could even force them out of business. Now, it turns out that a number of these provisions were already in the law and really weren't anything new, so in a sense they may have been operating illegally. So there is a lot of question about it, what is going to happen here. And there have been some talk about possibly repealing the bill, but that didn't happen. The State Senate did pass some amendments that were passed overwhelmingly. However, even that really isn't going to go anywhere. The state legislature is only going to be in session for a couple days before the election, and then after election there'll be a lame duck session where they've already said they're not really going to pass any new legislation. So it looks in all likelihood that probably nothing's going to happen until the legislature reconvenes in January, and I guess we'll kind of see what happens there. State Senators Rich Kucinich and Tim Solobay are local senators from Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties. They did vote in favor of the bill, but they claimed it really didn't go far enough. Basically, the bill did allow 50-50 drawings, and that was pretty much it. They wanted to try and see that the annual reporting and background checks, that they would only go for those charities that were raising over $100,000, while the majority of Republicans limited it to only $2,500. So that's a pretty big difference. A couple other things that Kucinich and Solobay and other Democrats were arguing is a proposal where you would have local police officers rather than state liquor enforcement officers doing the enforcement. And they claimed that local police and plus local district attorney, that they're more familiar with the community standards and what's really kind of going on here, and that they would be in better position than maybe overzealous state liquor enforcement folks. And they also were saying that raffle tickets could be sold outside of the county, which probably not too many people were aware of, is apparently against the law. Also, non-organization members would be able to sell tickets. That's probably another thing that most people didn't realize was outside the law. They also were trying to get a greater share of the small games of chance proceeds that would go for operational expenses. Right now that is 30%. So basically we would agree that we think these changes should be made. They seem pretty much common sense type things that should be allowed. So it will be interesting to see what does happen come January. The thing is this law is supposed to take effect in February, so there's not going to be a lot of time. So it will be interesting to see if the fire department, volunteer fire departments across the state, and Legion and VFW and those type of groups, see what kind of pressure they can put on. And really, you do hate to see anything that would certainly, in particular with our local volunteer fire departments, nobody wants to see them go out of business. So hopefully some kind of common sense regulations can be passed that would enable them to stay in business and continue doing the good work they've been doing for many years. So that's it for right now. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At theherald-standard.com, our mission is to provide news, information, and services to enable our communities to prosper. Every day, we strive to achieve this goal through 3 dynamic products. Wake up each morning to a copy of the Herald-Standard.com newspaper delivered to your home. Enjoy the e-edition and exact replica of our print product on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Or secure unlimited access to our full-coverage digital news site online at Herald-Standard.com. One local news leader, 3 great options.
Okay, we're talking about the Small Games of Chance bill that was passed by, signed into law by Governor Corbett last April, after it was passed by almost unanimously by the House and Senate. Everybody seemed to think it was a good thing, but once the ink was dry, that apparently there was a lot of problems with the legislation. A lot of these volunteer fire departments and Legion and other charitable groups are very concerned about some of the requirements in the bill, reporting, and some of the restrictions and things that they are now faced with. They're wondering whether they're going to be able to make enough money to remain in business. So we're saying we agree that some common sense things need to be applied here, and hopefully some changes can be made to the law so that their existence isn't threatened. So now we want to hear from you. And if you want to send a letter by regular mail to us, letter to the editor, just send it 8-18 Church Street, Uniontown, PA, zip code 15401. You can send it by email to mokeefe@heraldstandard.com. And the only thing we ask is that you please sign a letter. We do not run anonymous letters, and also please list your phone number so that we can call to verify that you actually wrote it. So, our view. Now we want to hear your view. So that's it for this week. My name is Mark O'Keefe. I'm executive editor for Herald-Standard.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.